Hey Media, my name is Tracy VA of Tracy VA Media. I'm back again with another news story. This is a sad one though. So the passing of OG Maco. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, this is a super sad story for me to even speak on, being that OG Maco was my first interview. I interviewed him in 2016. I was only 21 years old. I was a college student. I wanted to be a journalist. I just started working at Respect magazine, and I just needed a celebrity to give me a chance. Somebody that I respected. I started thinking about all the people that could possibly have a story, and I thought about OG Mako, and I hit his DM, and I was just like, "Can I please interview you?" He said, "Let's do it right now. I'm ready." So I remember that day like it was yesterday. So hearing about this, it's pretty deep. So let's talk about the news story on what we know, okay? So OG Mako, he's been in the hospital for a couple weeks now. Here we go. He's been in the hospital for a couple weeks now, and there was actually a false report, but TMZ went ahead and just said today is the day. OG Mako dead at 32. Spent weeks in a hospital with gunshot wounds. Did they say self-inflicted? I don't think they did. But okay, yeah, they said in the fine print right here, self-inflicted gunshot wound. That's a very important element. Okay, so scrolling down, OG Mako passed away last night, surrounded by family in a Los Angeles hospital. TMZ Hip Hop has learned. The You Had Guessed It rapper has been hospitalized since December 12th after suffering a gunshot wound to the head. Sources close to the situation tell us Mako's coma took a turn and he went into critical condition, and he was unable to be revived. Doctors have been struggling to get a proper brain scan in attempts to flush out all the toxins in Mako's system since he was admitted earlier in the month. We are told his family flew in from out of town and are shaken up over the loss. Here's the music video for You Guessed It. It probably has over 100 million views. Very, very viral song. False reporting of Mako's death flooded social media, but as we told you at the time, Mako was rushed to the hospital after police responded to a neighbor's 911 call, hearing a gunshot go off nearby. A firearm was later recovered, and it was close to Mako. The Atlanta native carved out his rap legacy out in 2014 with his viral banger, You Guessed It, cementing the hit-making factor for QC Records. He would continue to push the hip-hop envelope musically, earning a spot on the 2015 XXL freshman alongside Vince Staples, K Camp, and others before medical issues, including a flesh-eating disease, which altered his course. Mako was 32. Rest in peace. So it's very hard for me to even talk about that because I have a lot of thoughts when it comes to OG Mako, and I always did. And now that he's, no longer with us, the I have even more thoughts. Like, I hear a lot of people say like negative things, like OG Mako was just like a one-hit wonder. You guessed it. Like, who cares? Who knows who he is? But even when he was here, y'all, I've always recognized that OG Mako is so much more than that. Like, he is truly a pioneer. Like, he opened the floodgates for a lot of your favorite rappers today. But they never go get the credit, right? But that's how it goes. And I want to talk about the interview I did with him. Like, I don't want to read through it really, but I some because the information is relevant. So this is every artist of my entire class. And it was very important for me to get that headline out because when I did that interview, I like ever since I started doing interviews, my goal was to always highlight artists, celebrities in their humanity. And I haven't been doing my interviews much, but I'm definitely coming back because I just needed to just rework a lot of things because especially like me being a mother now and I've been through a lot of things in life, it kind of, before, like when I was, doing things like I was doing it, let's get a hot interview, like let's go, but it's like I'm kind of back into my roots to where I want to interview people that have, real inspirational, real relevant and resonating stories. And it's so amazing how everything just comes full circle. Because when I think real, relevant, and resonating, I think OG Mako. And I'm so proud to this day that he was my first interview because when we were on that call for 2 hours while he was in London, he didn't know me. He was a little like, can I trust this girl? Should I even give her my time? But he was great and could tell me and in this conversation, he opened a lot. Being car accident, being on tour. Um, Look, it's a year. What are you expecting with the year of 2017? There's more replacements with my music. I got placed in American Honey. I definitely got also records. I'm gonna drop more music, try to get the little situation cleaned up. Since then, I've been dropping on SoundCloud. The last thing I dropped on, I started music to number because I got to take that stuff. But one thing that's consistent all throughout the interview is OJ Maco saying something negative that happened to him, and then come back with positivity and hope. And that's exactly what the conversation felt like. It just felt like a story of hope, a story of resilience, and not giving up. During that time, the QC thing, like OG Maco was just so much more than you guessed it. Like he's a big reason why QC is QC what it is today. He's in the Bad and Bougie music video, in that famous scene with the Migos and Uzi. OG Maco was right there in that scene too. Like he he helped start a lot of things. And a lot of, a whole sound, a whole energy. And not only that, OG Maco was a great person. And when I've met a lot of people that are close to him, and it's like they all just say the great things, like how he put them on. And I've seen him do a lot of features with up and coming artists, like a lot of artists that are hot right now. OG Mako was their first feature. Like OG Mako gave a lot of people a chance. Like he had to shine, and he didn't just keep it to himself. He shared it with other people. Um, and I'm just so grateful that OG Mako was my first interview because, like I said, like he just embodies exactly how I want to who I want to interview moving forward. And like I said, just these people that are just real and just authentic, and they're shameless. And OG Mako has been through a lot too. Like besides a car accident with his eye and QC and people not believing in him and people overlooking him and him having to see like a lot of people take off when it was like and the flesh eating disease. I think in 2019 People magazine shared OG Mako reveals he has a skin eating disease after being improperly treated for a rash. I don't They have the picture here. I don't see it. um Seen he was in a lot of relationships too. I'm sure you feel like you're very underrated in the music industry. If you look at fashion, the way shows performed, and the way things were like before I came out, all the way down to the hair color and ish, people wasn't doing that then. When I did it, people called me a weirdo. Now look at the entire wave of new rappers. Just 2 years ago, people were looking bored at the shows, but now we are doing mosh pits and stage diving, and it's now the standard norm for rap shows. So you're saying you are the first rapper to do that? That's what I said. He said, I feel like it was me and Travis Scott. I don't think it was just me. Me and Travis really started the new wave. I can go on and on. Looking at this interview, I'm definitely gonna read it back. I haven't seen it since when did I release this? 2017? How does it feel hearing people call you a one-hit wonder? It was kind of wild because a lot of people try to tell me I should go back to that sound. I didn't really do that song on purpose. I was just doing that when I was freestyling with my homies. Other than that song, I was actually making like real melodic music. When I wasn't dropping songs like you guessed it, people were saying I disappeared. I never disappeared. They just weren't listening to what I was putting out because I wasn't what they wanted me to put out. Something a lot of artists go through, right? That can lead to depression. They wanted me to only stay in one box, like yell and scream and whatnot. Yeah, I do that, but I'm way more versatile artist than that. It's frustrating because hip hop is a culture where people are told to be original and just be yourself. But when you just watch people copy ish, word for word and outfit to outfit, it's wild. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Even right now, I'm going through a similar situation. Like, I'm not no artist, but it does suck when people love you when you're in this box and then you try to step outside the box and they're just like, whatever. Like, as a creative, like, I wish people felt more in love with the creative, being a creative, than just like this one specific thing. But at the end of the day, it was not Beyonce's story video concept. We gotta read this whole interview later. Um, but doing this interview, like this wasn't just me, just chasing after like OG Michael wasn't, really like like that, but I knew he had a story. I felt like it was a story I could, tap into and like really pull out. But at the end of the day, it's just really sad to hear what happened to him because the person I spoke to on the phone, when the person like OG Mako that other people talk about, it's he was very much a pure spirit, and very kind, very selfless, very helpful, and that's what I saw, and that's what I hear a lot of other people say. But being a creative is hard, y'all. It's hard, especially when you got to go through all these things, and you just want to do what you love, and then people are just like, it's not good enough, or they don't accept you, oh, you're not, you just one hit wonder. Like, I don't know what the reasoning behind when I see the word self-inflicted gunshot wound, we know what that means, but we can't say the S word, right? You know, it's hard. And I don't know what he's gone through. He's gone through so many different things. But just a collection of it, I can see why, someone would want to get to that point. But this is a video for me to highlight how amazing OG Mako is. And me doing that interview, I'm so happy that I did it when I did it. I didn't do it after, I ain't trying to do no story after. It's like I did it when I did it because it's like I saw that this is somebody that's a, a celebrity, but they're so human and they're so relatable and they're so selfless and they're so kind. And like I said, OG Mako is more than you guessed it, more than just a hit. Somebody that opened a lot of doors. It's a legend in my eyes. A lot of people. He helped a lot of people, down to his engineers, his producers, and their first placement. Put them on. Never said I did this. But when I did this interview, I wanted him to say I did this because I knew he did it. You know. Um, but I'm super proud. Even when he was here, I was so proud to say like I'm so proud to say that that's my first interview. But I don't know where to take this. This video. I could just could say like what happened. I gave you the news, but at the end of the day, I just wanted to tell y'all my point of view and my final thoughts and everything. It's more than just a one hit wonder, y'all. OJ Mako, I'm the most underrated artist of my entire class. Facts. Facts. All right, y'all. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. Drop a comment down below. Who else I should interview that is inspirational, underrated, all those things as well. And see you guys next time, okay? Once again, it's Tracy VA. Follow me on Instagram at Tracy Mitchell VA. Drop all your thoughts below in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.